Hey everybody, David R. Becker here with Becker Art, and in today's video newsletter I'm going to be talking about these new pencils that are watercolor pencils that Holbein came out with, and I've been practicing with them and kind of experimenting with them to see how I can use them in my work, in my watercolors. And since I'm doing a lot of watercolors with gouache and all kinds of different changes things, I always think it's nice for students to try some different things and I guess it's good to be traditional, but it's also good to experiment with other materials that you can possibly use to make your watercolors better. And actually, I've found that these pencils really help me out a lot. And so they come out with a couple of different sets. This is a 50. This is the 50 piece set, and already I can tell I've lost a couple of other things, or I took them with on plein air painting. And so you see there's a wide variety of colors. And the nice thing about these pencils is that they match the name of the pigment that you get in their tubes. So for instance, this one right here is Horizon Blue. And so let me just get this out here. And so I love Horizon Blue as one of the colors that I use on my paintings, Horizon Blue, right? And so this is the exact color of Horizon Blue in pigment form as a watercolor pigment in a pencil form. And so how can you use that? Oh, there's so many ways that you can use this. It's so great. And basically it's pigment in a stick. And I use these cheap sharpeners to sharpen it because I didn't sharpen this one, but if you can just see right here, I'm just going to sharpen it. I take these sharpeners, let me get out of the way here. I take these sharpeners from the Dollar Tree, and they really do a good job. You get like 12 of them for $1.25. But the pigment is so perfectly made. I'm not sure how they make them, but perfectly made. So look at that point on this thing. It's super sharp and it doesn't break. You can look at how I can just sketch with it. And actually, I like to save this. So this is the wood part of it, right? I throw that away, and now I have this. This is basically the pigment that I just crunched up and I just sharpened. Well, I'm not going to get rid of that because this is basically pigment, right? So you could actually take this and make paint out of it if you want. But what I like to do is make a different, what you can do is crunch it more and actually just lay it onto your paper. And, it's almost like that powder watercolor paint. But look at what you can do. You can use it, and I'm going to crush it up a little bit more. And then when you wet it, maybe there's a technique you can use, You're always going to try new things, and these pencils gave me a chance to try different things that are not traditional in watercolor, but why not invent something new for yourself? And so look at this. I'm just going to take some water in here, and it's going to be the exact same color as Horizon Blue is in their pigment, right? So now this is pigment that's not grinded down. I could grind this down a little bit more and actually just make it pigment again. But look at this. This is just kind of fun. So maybe there's something you can add a little bit of water and throw these things in there. Maybe it gives you a little spark or whatever. I didn't try that yet, but as I always think, I'm always thinking about what can I do with certain things in the art industry that they make a product for, but I maybe use it into a different product. Well, this I can use in my watercolors, right? Because it is watercolor. It's just pigment in a stick. And so here's another thing I can do. And so let's say I'm drawing, and I just want to do a whole image. Let's try a tree here. Let's just try a pine tree, and so I can draw it up on my watercolor paper. And if I don't want it to be like the pencil lines that you see after you get done with your sketching on your watercolor paper, and you're feeling like, well, I didn't really want the pencil lines, the graphic pencil lines. Well, use a watercolor pencil because it's going to go away. But you got to remember, when you're doing a big wash, it will then go away, that pencil line. But for certain things, you may want to just, like let's say we're doing a pine tree, and you really love sketching, and you really like doing it by drawing it, and then you can actually put water on top of it to make it look like a watercolor, basically with the watercolor techniques of adding water to pigment. And that's what we're doing when we're painting with watercolor. And so this, I'm just taking one color, and you can also mix colors around. You can take another one, mix it on top of that. And right now I'm just working on a watercolor board with paper on it, all right? And so this is just paper, watercolor paper glued to a board. And this is cold press, so there's going to be a little bit of texture. And so if I want to go a little bit more texture, I can just, go like this. If I want to just get a little gradation, let's say I want a gradation on something. And then after that, you take your brush, wet it, and then you can make it into the watercolor form. Because look at it, just kind of, you can put water on it to make the edges soft, and not see the actual texture of the board. If I want to make it, like a little bit of a tint, because it becomes, becomes watercolor, right? Just becomes like a watercolor technique where you're working wet into wet. And then I'm just putting water on this so I have more of a watercolor look instead of a pencil look. And maybe there's some kind of things that you can, some kind of style you can put together with this where it both looks like both, like you're drawing it and putting a little bit of water on it to make it look floaty. And then if I want to put regular watercolor in there, that's fine too. Now watch another thing I can do. Let's say there's a little water right here, and I'm going to do a reflection. Well, if I wet it, I can put the pencil line into the water, and it will loosen up into the water. Watch this. I'm just pencil lining it into the water. This is a wet, and so I'm getting like a soft edge right by just putting the pigment from the pencil right into this. See how I can put little grasses in there, and that's all soft edge because I'm working wet into wet, and I'm using the hard pigment of watercolor, and I can just let that float into the water, and then maybe outside of the water it becomes hard edged again. So it's pretty interesting that, you know, look at this as a soft edge, and I'm just going to make like a little bit. See, that's the wet, and this over here then will be hard, and that's going to give you texture because you're getting the texture of the paper. So I think you can come up with something. See, that's can be all of your own. Maybe somebody's never done this before, and so that's what artists start to after they get past the fundamentals of painting with a certain medium. So then what you do is you decide, how can I make myself look a little bit different from everybody else's who's in the class? Because in the class you're teaching fundamentals. But when you get past the fundamentals, then you start looking for things that you can make it look like your own. And then maybe there's something here that you can use in whatever subject matter you use that will help you to make it look really cool, right? So I really think this is a great thing to use when you're doing detail, for one. When you're doing detail and you need to, well, I can do it with my brush, but maybe there's another way of doing it. See, I can go really detailed. Like I can do the same thing with my brush, but if I can do like my name, let's say for instance my name, I'll just write it on there. And again, I can sharpen it to a point, really fine point, with just a simple sharpener from the Dollar Tree. You get like 12 of these in a package, and they make these pencils really sharp, and they don't break like a lot of other color pencils do, where it just busts right away. So look at this. I can just write my name, and I keep that point. It's nice. It keeps the point. So I can just write my name and just leave it like that. It's pigment. It's watercolor pigment, and so you're putting it right onto your paper, right? And also it's great for shading. So let's say you're doing, you do a portrait or something, and you need to get around and do the eyelashes, or doing an area where you're doing it slowly and you're meticulously trying to make a certain value. Well, look at this. I can just put a little water on there and just let it float. And they have so many different colors, and so these are also the same colors as your tube colors. So if you're looking for like the, they even have WP050. So Horizon Blue is the same number for their 104. It's the watercolor pencil. WP is a watercolor pencil, but this is Horizon Blue. So take your Horizon Blue that you get in the tube and use it both together. And it's very, very cool. Look at this. Now this stuff is it's been in water now for a little bit. So look at it. It just kind of goes. It becomes pigment, and now it's thicker. Look, it's like a regular watercolor now, because it is. It's watercolor pigment pressed into a pencil form. And look at the sharpness on that thing. It's just really, really great. Another thing you can do is use, like when you're doing lines, and everybody hates doing lines a lot of times when you're using your rigger brush, and you can do it, I can do it, but some people would like to just take a really sharp pencil and take a ruler, and then just draw your line. It's pretty simple, and it's watercolor, and so it will, whatever you're putting down is watercolor. This is also watercolor. This is just pigment, and again, in a hard form. And then you can also, wipe it away. Like I can get some clean water here and just wipe it, so it kind of, I pushed pretty hard, so I'm going to get, but maybe there's a look you can get, push it hard like this, and then have a little bit of a neon look where it's like really dark, or, yeah, there's all kinds of things you can do with it. It's just amazing. And you can also mix colors together while it's wet. Let's make a green out of this yellow and blue. So I'm taking yellow now, and this is still wet. And look at that. I can just really lightly put it in there. Look how it's turning green. Basically turning green because I'm mixing my colors together. And look at, I can do this outside here, and I can just do a big wash like this. And then I can also, again, take watercolor and the pigment by itself and the water and just put it on there. And look at, I can just blend this all together and turn it green with the yellow and blue. I really find it interesting, especially I think it would really help portrait artists sometimes when they're doing real fine things like the eye right here. And you just get in there and it's so hard to draw that if you're doing it maybe with a brush. But here I'm using a pencil so I can do the eye really easily. I should do it a little bit bigger, right? So you guys can actually see it. But see, I can just go like this, and then I can take the small brush and I can just wet it to get more of the... I can leave some of the texture or the hard edges, but let's say the eye, I can just go in here and make that like just a little bit lighter blue, because I mean it's transparent when I put water on top of it. It's opaque when I'm putting it on. It's really thick like anything else, right? So they have sets of 50. I think there's a set of 24, 25. But they're sold like at Blix, Jerry's Autorama. And they're a little bit new. I think they brought them in this year, beginning of this year. And I'm really enjoying having I have them around. And if you're using stencils, you can just sketch in with your stencils. But I definitely like shading with them. Shading, and then if like before you start your painting, if you need an area shaded, you can just take your pencil, and even if you're doing clouds, you can just shade the bottom of the clouds and then just use the pencil, because that is pigment. And then if you like that texture, maybe you keep it the way it is. That's fine, right? But then if you want it to be soft edged, then I take a little bit, add a little bit of water to it. Look at this, I can go from texture to pretty smooth. Really smooth. And I find I at first I thought I would really like to have this as a solid stick with no wood. But this is just as good. I mean, because these come to a really fine, sharp point, and they don't break. They don't break off like some of the color pencils that are not watercolor pencils. These are watercolor pencils. So it's pigment put into a stick, into a pencil. All right, so just get yourself, they have a smaller set if you want to get yourself a smaller set. But I think it's a really good thing to have in your arsenal of tools and equipment, especially since these are the same colors as your tube paints. So if you ever get in there when you're doing something really small, especially for some of you hyper-realists who need to get in there and just go really fine on something, but you don't want to take a lot of paint and water, so just take a pencil, and it smears a little bit with with a damp surface. Maybe I haven't tried everything with it, so I'm just gonna probably keep on trying different things with it. Every time I'm teaching, I'm going to see what else I can do with it. And this is the first time I did this, where I took the pencil sharpener and I got the pigment from, I had the wood part that shaved off like this, right? But then the pencil part, the actual pigment part, I didn't realize I could actually grind that up and use it again as sort of like a powder pigment. So very cool. So get yourself a set, and again, you can get a smaller set, bigger set, but if you do use Holbein, man, these are great. I would say get a box of the colors that you like. I'm not sure if they sell them separately yet. Right now they sell them in boxes, and but get yourself a set. Blix, Jerry's Autorama, and there's a couple other Hyatt's art stores. Online you can get them, and so give them a try. Give them a try. I think they're pretty neat. All right, we'll talk to you on Thursday when I'm going to try to use some of these pencils in my painting to show you what I'm going to use it for. All right, thanks a lot. See you on Thursday. Bye-bye.